Hi! Welcome back to set building. That looked weird out the window, cut off like that. I thought that I managed to build an incomplete pyramid I didn't know about. Anyways, last time we were here, we did the downstairs for the hotel hostel type thing, and I'm probably gonna when I actually start working on like scripts and stuff for this whole thing, get like a finalized plan out. What is that? I should probably, at least for the duration of time being, get like the mini map. There was a reason why I put this here. Oh, okay, never mind. I figured it out. It was supposed to be like an alternate route into the city, and I don't remember if I said there was like a reason that we would need an alternate route, but I mean, might as well have one. I'm gonna real quick waste a bit of time and fill this in a little because oh my god, that didn't look good. Let's do this, bulk it out a tiny bit to make it look less like there we go. That way the slope looks a little more realistic, at least temporarily, until I actually get to the point of like rebuilding. I hate having like those large corners, but I don't want to make it rounded. I don't know how better to explain what I'm thinking, but like big like squares in the like this jutted out corner, anything that's like more than 2x2 on either side is kind of like not for me. Like this bothers me. That's better. Yeah, but it gives it a bit of a jagged edge. It brings it out a little bit from the edge, and it's not the wood touching nothing. Good to know that this space kind of looks pretty easy to terraform. Anyways, I should probably stop worrying about that and focus on... I need to find a new window connection mod because these little like panes in the middle are bothering me. So you'll be able to know when it ends up in the description, like, hey, I've updated my continuity mod, because also Optifine is but it's the only thing that makes the window mod even work. So anyways, let's get back to this. So again, last time we built this hotel, we made like a little story of its purpose, and I think I mentioned something about modifying this so this is a covered area, and like this would be a way that they could spy on the mayor and have maybe a little group meeting and stuff like that. Maybe these can be taken out and then rearranged into being like a longer table. Anyways, let's get started. So I think I'm gonna start by just building a hallway. I'm gonna make it too wide. I'm gonna build it like this. Woo. And then, alright. It needs to be at least too wide going this way. So that means this has to be here, which gives us 2 rooms. This can be like a longer room with a bit more storage. This could be like a 1-person room. And then I can make this, I can split this in half, make this 2 separate rooms. And then, ooh, wait, I have an idea. Hold on. And then this can be like an ensuite room that has like multiple bedrooms, has its own little like kitchenette with a microwave and stuff, so they don't have to go to the restaurant downstairs. So hold on, I am going to build in some personal support pillars. So let's see how this looks. I might have to move that table there. And what about doing wait a second, campfires? I have what might be an amazing idea. It does take out some of the height on that like edge right there, but whoop, I apologize. But we're gonna place campfires going this way. That smoke's gonna get real annoying real fast. And then one more. And then I'm gonna go ahead, grab this fence. We're gonna drag it up right here. Alright, so it needs to come out one more. Yeah, okay, this little awning needs to be extended this way, so let's get rid of this. And then we can do that. Let's build up this post right here. And then let's do one more line of campfires. Alright, hold up. That's wrong. And then we're going to get rid of the campfires. Let's grab a water bucket. It's going to look bad before it gets better. And then we're gonna grab the sponge right here, and then we're gonna get rid of all this water, and then it's gonna stop it from flowing down. Ooh, forgot a corner. There we go. And there we go. We have a nice little like awning that extends past the roof, which also means we're gonna have to add some filler like lights down here to avoid mob spawning. I haven't turned it off on this world, but I know in the other world that I've been working on for the English, for the other series that I was starting, I did not, or I do have mob spawning turned off. Anyways, all that comes together and allows us to make one giant room. Wait a second. I'll have to do it off camera, but like, what if this is Rosiel's personal room? Like, her personal bedroom. And she's just happy to be alive right now, so she doesn't really mind that it's so tiny. And she makes it her own, and then the owners never get rid of it because, like, oh my god, it was Rosiel's, and we miss her so much, even though she lives right up the street in the house that she built with those pretty boys. The one from out of town, and our sweet dear Hollis, who's been a guard ever since he was a little boy, and all that. I don't know. I'm spouting off at the mouth. But also, this room is so tiny that I'm kind of like, who would ever want to live in here? Like, kind of seriously, who would want to live in here? Anyways, so I keep an eye on like every update that Minecraft gets over time, and I'm kind of upset because they recently made like copper a lot more useful without mods, which is annoying because I don't have copper. I have, well, I do have copper. Okay, I need to like clear my thing. Like, I do have copper, but I can't have those like copper upgrades because they're not a thing. So we're gonna build this out. Like, they added pretty copper lanterns that glow green, and I kind of wish there was a mod that like backdated some of the updates so that way I can. Apologies, I'm recording this in the morning before it goes up, which is usually not what I do. I usually record it the night before. And so, I live in the Pacific Standard Time, which is a broad area, and the reason why I'm okay with giving that out. And so right now it's currently 8:47. I usually record episodes sometime between 5 and 9 o'clock the day before, and then release them at 11 a.m. today, or at least the day this goes up, which in this case is the 14th. So, I'm so out of it. I think I am sniffling like a mad woman. I think I'm gonna build this as like a tiny add-on bedroom, and it'll have like a wider window, and it's not gonna be super big, obviously, but that way I can put a little kitchenette here. There's some privacy for like, this can be the master side, or I don't know. I'm kind of spouting off. Or maybe I just rotate the room a tiny bit. And instead of doing that, I have this be the normal wall. Is it perfectly square room? No, it's not. Let's see how. So it's about a block off from being perfectly square. Okay. So what if instead this I split unevenly, and then this is like the spare bedroom, and then this can be like the master's portion, and then we have a tiny kitchenette over here, and then that gives me plenty of space to add like a bed and a dresser and make a wardrobe out of that. Whew. I apologize for like the silence gap. It's early in the morning. I'm sipping on my coffee, or it's not super early. It's almost 9 a.m., which at least in my case isn't super early. But I wanted to get this recording done in time for me to go start getting ready for my day job, which is always fun. I think I've said it before, I'm not super interested in turning this into like a full-time career. I'm just doing this for fun because it's what sounds good. And if I can make some extra income, that extra income would probably be turned into financing these series like professionally. So to pay for voice actors, pay for editing, pay for all that. And like I know for a fact that it gets expensive. So the site that I'm gonna use when I actually start auditioning voice actors is hold on. I am trying to remember something. Not this. Okay, hold on. Because I think this room I want to make very, like, a specific way. This right here. Okay. I am gonna do white sheets to kind of give it that hotel feel. How big is this bed? Oh, Christ almighty. Okay. It is pretty big, but it fills out the space quite nice. It's nice. Okay, and let me find like a smaller bed for the kids. Alright, Handcrafted, Decocraft. I swear, I thought Decocraft had a furniture section that was just, that might be it. Kinda, not really, because I thought Decocraft had a section that was just like furniture. That's bathroom stuff, which I don't think I'm gonna build bathrooms like that. I say as if I didn't build a bathroom in that building over there. I think the mayor is gonna be so fortunate that they have a private bathroom, but everyone has to use the public bathhouse. Kind of like something that I've been considering in terms of writing this is I really want to do like a mixture of like old mythology and all that, and I think I'm gonna use the beds from this pack maybe. Yeah, I think this pack would be good. And then I'm gonna just do this classic. Just to give it a little bit of flair. Anyways, and then we're gonna do the kitchen stuff, which I think I'm gonna use the Decocraft kitchen stuff mostly because it's more organized. It's a little bit easier to use. But we're gonna use a toaster. Hold on, mine is this. Let's put all of this in the inventory. Oh, I accidentally jumped on something. Alright, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna get the silver sink. We are going to do an oak base. And we're just gonna, and then a small, do we want no, let's stick to just the microwave. We're not gonna do all that fancy stuff. And then a small fridge. And then we'll do the small silver fridge. Maybe, I would consider maybe doing the honey pot might look cute. Let's do these on either end. So we're gonna do it one away from the door. And then we got this and this, and I'm gonna put the sink in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something. Alright, chisel. Alright, we're gonna do that. See if I can break this block down. No. Let's instead grab an oak. Is this gonna look good? Not really, but it might look better. Alright, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a plain. And then down one more, and I think that will be perfect to put the sink on top of. And okay, that matches pretty nicely. Keep that in mind. And then we're gonna put another cupboard here, and then we'll put the microwave down on this end a little bit away from the sink. We'll put the toaster right here. There we go. And then we got a fridge, and we'll put a little honey pot right next to the sink. That is perfect. And then just add a little bit of decor. I apologize if you could hear that vibrating in the background. That was my cell phone, which I have propped up on my computer because I'm not paying much attention to it. Oh, this nice tea set would be perfect. I thought those were mozzarella sticks. I'm kind of disappointed. Let's turn it this way. Perfect. I don't like how like the 4 points are working, but there's no way for me to like rotate it on a corner. Unless, no. So I think it's gonna look better if the 2 key cups are on either side, and I think that looks good, unless there's an empty tea set. No. Yeah, if there was like an empty tea set, let me see what comes up when I type tea. So we have steak, arrows. Alright. Again, I apologize for the yawning in the background. Doesn't look like we have any like tea stuff. Apology again. I'm so sorry for all like the noises and stuff in the background, but I think this is perfect. It's a nice little quaint space. I need cabinets. I need dressers for everything to go into. Right. Let's see what. Oh, these little cribs are so cute. I'm gonna have to use those. I don't know where or how, but I'm gonna have to, because those are cute. Oh. Alright, let's see. Let's do the bedroom. Let's see what comes from these. Maybe we can contrast with some oak drawers. Make like a... no. Not this mod. Alright. Paladin, let's see about their oak cupboards. Hold on. We actually have to find them first. Does like the scrolling give anyone else a headache? Because like it gives me a massive headache and I'm like, eh. Let's do the non-stripped dresser or nightstand and see if that looks good as our dresser. It does, and it gives basically the space of a whole chest. Alright, that's not awful. I don't know how much I like it though. Right. That's fine for now. I can edit it in the background again. Alright, and then let's do Rosiel's room. So we're gonna do beds and see what comes up. I apologize for that vocal change. I ended up leaning and that might have messed with the audio a tiny bit. Oh, how close am I to accidentally stealing someone's branding? So, real life, my favorite color is purple. I'm not a big fan of the gold, but in real life, I do really love purple. And I feel like this is borderline, gonna be stealing someone else's content because I mean it's not like my current content is completely different than what theirs was and is currently, but I mean like the purple being my favorite color, and I think I'm gonna make that my character's favorite color because that's what makes sense to me, is like making my character like me. Oh, they have a black version. That's so much better. Let me see if I can make that work. If not, I might go for something else. Oh. It says the bed is obstructed, but there's literally nothing in the way. Whatever. It's for looks. It's not for... Hold on. Let's see how this looks. Let's... hold on, let's see. There is like physical commands. Sit. Like it looks fine enough. Like this isn't awful. It'll work. I need to figure out all the commands for the mod I used to use, or the mod the mod I use to do like the special character animations, because I don't Hold on. Hold on. Inlay's not it either, so I'll just have to figure it out later. Alright. And then let's do cabinets. I think I'm gonna do the cherry. I like the look of the cherry. That's good to know. I might add those to the mayor's house. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the cherry and make her have like a cherry dresser. It's a lot smaller, but I think that works for her vibe. And then like a mini like black closet. And like she gets this because she basically lived here for a while. And then she has her shoes and she gets to have this whole closet. Let's see what else shows up. Or we can do this one. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Oh, that makes a nice little like skinny look. Hold on. And then it will look fine if I do it like this. Ooh, what if I put the dresser underneath? That's perfect. Oh, and it opens. Closing it is a pain, but at least it opens and closes. The only thing a little bit annoying is like the shirts are pretty modern, which is kind of the point. But now Rosiel has her whole room now, and we are walking upon 30 minutes. We're currently at 27:16 right now, which you can see by checking. It might be a little off just because speaking takes time. But I think what I'll do is off camera, I will build out these rooms by themselves. I won't decorate them off camera. And we'll make it like like a multi-part series where the whole point of it is building out this little like hotel. I think, hold on, just to like make it look a little less mismatched, I'm gonna close down these windows on this side, and then I will make the window on this side a tiny bit smaller just so it doesn't feel so open. And then I'm gonna close off this wall, and then that means this will be done, and then we'll put dividers in each room. That way the windows all fit like similar metrics. And if I need to, I'll get rid of a window or two, like if that makes the room feel more like a bedroom and not just a space. Right there, and then that also right there. Anyways, it was really good to see you guys again. And until next time, bye-bye.